We were asked to take an analytical approach of Glenn Keane's Duet in a commentary format. I'm Jessica.
I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Brad.
In this first scene in the film, Glenn Keane opens with a star, which eventually develops into the two main characters of the film. Throughout the film, we see how the two characters grow and mature. Even though the development of these two characters occurs in the same scene, we notice how the characters never actually made any direct contact with one another.
Glenn Keane takes us through the stages of their infant years, which is also the first time they lay eyes on one another, but very briefly. Before they go on their own paths, both characters make interactions with his dog, the only connection that they share. As they grow up separately, they start to discover and develop their passions.
We see how the boy is eager for adventure with his best friend by his side. While the girl aspires to be a dancer, she practices, she falls, she brings herself back up. As a result, she learns to run, to jump, and to leap, rising higher with every step.
In this scene, their paths are crossed once more. For a moment here, they are distracted by the sight of one another. The girl falls, and then he carries on with his adventures. After this, they continue developing without the need of each other. At this point in the film, the male protagonist takes his adventures to a new level as we see him effortlessly climbing the trees with his accompanying dog.
In this scene, both protagonists finally meet one another at the top of the tree. This particular moment is very symbolic. As we saw before, the boy and the girl are introduced as babies as we get a sense of what their personalities are like, while also witnessing how they bond. At the beginning of their teenage years, it shows both of them at the top of the tree. The girl takes a leap of faith and elegantly jumps off the tree in order to continue pursuing her dreams to dance.
As we all do in the pursuit of our dreams, the girl stumbles and falls, but at this moment he catches her and lifts her back up. The first direct interaction is made. Up to that point, their lives were physically and metaphorically intertwined, but never quite parallel. They realize the significant connection they had made just before he is pulled away, leaving her free to carry on with her pursuit.
At this point, simultaneously and independently, they each scale to the peak of their potentials. The girl has perfected her art and reached the professional stage of dancing. As for the boy, he encounters a number of obstacles that attempt to hinder his way to the top. He climbs higher and higher, pushing his way up towards the birds in the sky.
In what is her final ballet performance, the girl who has been dancing alone throughout the film transforms into the free-flying flock of birds. The flock then forms into the couple, uniting them in an intimate embrace. Each of their solo journeys have led up to this moment, their personal pursuits have been fulfilled, and all that's left is a passion they have for each other. And we are left here immensely satisfied. They've both accomplished their personal goals and are free to start a new journey together.
Overall, this animation was very short and simple, and was successful in portraying a beautiful love story. The animation teaches us that genuine relationships are the ones that take time and aren't rushed. From infants to children to teenagers to adults, this couple took things slowly and became an inseparable duet in the end.